Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Talladega Superspeedway version of the Bluegrass Truck Series here in the Bluegrass Racing League. Tonight, excited to bring y'all the Cofield Supply and Service 70 at Talladega. Thanks to Cofield Supply and Service. Go to scope. I think it's get the actual CofieldStore.com. I want to thank those guys. A last-minute addition. We try to get it in there for you. Thank them for sponsoring this race. Talladega all week. Cofield Supply and Service. Glad to have you all here tonight on V-Speed Racing Network. I'm Eddie Smith, and we're getting ready to tackle the most famous track in NASCAR, I would say. I think Daytona's pretty famous, but man, Talladega is something else. If you're from the South, Talladega is synonymous with fun, fast, wild, crazy, fun times. I mean, just a blast. And tonight going to be no different, as these guys are going to take on Talladega for 70 laps here tonight in round 2 of the playoffs. We'll talk a little bit about the point standings. Daniel Cunningham, Peyton Hubbard tied for first here in the second round, and got a few points back as Alex Healy, Chad Ross, Sean Kaiser. But none of that matters tonight, because all you got to do is get a win and you go on to the next round. So somebody who is way down the point standings, exactly 2,000 points, Michael Robinson down there, looking to maybe get up there in the winner's circle and punch his ticket into the next round. Take a look. Talladega Superspeedway, 1969, when this bad boy was built and opened. 2.66 miles, the largest track on the NASCAR circuit, and obviously just speed incarnate. I think Daytona might be the birthplace of speed, but Talladega is where it dies, baby, because it is fast and rolling as they get 3, 4, 5 wide here at Talladega. Looking forward to seeing who's going to take home the victory tonight and take home the win. Well, I'll tell you what, we got a couple minutes, so let's talk to some drivers who were really, really strong, and a team that was just unbelievable the last time that I saw them on a super speedway. And I got John Mollahan in booth with me tonight. John, how you doing tonight, brother?
Doing good. How about you guys?
Well, I am doing great, and my other personality doing great as well. And man, we're fired up, ready for some Talladega action. Man, last time I saw y'all at a plate race, it was unbelievable, the teamwork that you guys put out, McCullough Motorsports. How are you feeling about tonight? And I know you're not going to give away any secrets, but how are you feeling about your strategy for this race?
Well, obviously, going into this thing, you got all the confidence in the world. We already kind of know what we're capable of. You guys just seen it there a couple weeks ago back at Daytona. The goal tonight is to have a clean race, get the stage points, and finish in the top 5 to secure our position in the next round of playoffs.
So how important is it to get those stage points? We saw it in real NASCAR where being up front, being there for the stage is important. And how do you balance being aggressive but also trying to make sure you're there at the end, because you don't have that fast repair to lean on?
Sheets and I are really kind of under the thumb tonight. We're going to be very aggressive for those stage points, as we got to have them. Hell, myself, I felt like I had a top 5 car last week and it just didn't pan out. So we've got some ground to make up tonight.
All right. Well, there you have it. John Mollahan, thank you so much for talking to me, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, look at there. Some confidence there. I love to see that as we are getting ready to get this thing rolling, as we'll jump right into the grid. We got a lot of cars to go over, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Starting up front is Peyton Hubbard with a 56.219, and tied for that pole position is David Sheets there in that 06. In third, Kenneth McCullough and Ron Morris Jr. Starting in fifth is Dustin Reinstedel and Michaela Steffs in the 6th position. 7th, Christopher McCullough. And 8th, Michael Robinson, who would love to get that win here tonight. 9th is John Mollahan. Got a lot of confidence. Jim Kaufman there in the 10th position. 11th, Drew Prohl and Eric Parks going to start outside of him in the 12th position. 13th, David Brackett in the Chevrolet Silverado, and Chad Ross outside of him in 14th. 15th is going to be Wes Wiggin and Casey Ryback in the 16th position. Jeremiah Hobbs in 17th. Lucas Lyons in 18th. Carlton Charles is going to start in 19th, as Jeremy Vaughn's going to round out the 20th position. Alex Healy, your third place in points, going to start 21st. Bobby Hall Jr. going to start 22nd. 23rd, Dakota Shepard and Cody Anderson in the 24th position. 25th, Brian Terry with Daniel Cunningham, your points leader, in that 26th position. 27th, Sean Kaiser. 28th, Daniel Worthington. 29th, Travis Twitty. 30th, Thomas Hall. 31st, Barrett Morton and Michael Cole starting in the 32nd position. 33rd, Adrian Loya with Derek Puckett in the 34th position. And that rounds out your grid. 34 drivers. And I can tell you that that seems to maybe spell a little bit of mayhem. I don't know what you guys think, but looking forward to see how it's all going to play out. Well, everybody's getting grid up. We got 34 drivers, so it's going to take us a while to get everybody on track. Everybody's thinking about it as, man, look how many trucks we got here tonight. Just a very large field as we're getting ready to roll out right here. Look how big that field's. Frame rate in the computer. We got us a beefy computer here at V-Speed, only the best. And boy, we're on fire in here. I'm getting the sweating already as the heat that this thing is putting out as the cars get to pulling away here. So championship, you know, a lot of thoughts tonight. If you're Daniel Cunningham, Peyton Hubbard, just a tough few weeks. You know, what's he going to be able to do tonight? Is he can get up there and maybe get a win, do something to kind of break that streak. Starting up front, that's a great place to be. But Daniel Cunningham going to start in the back. A little bit of a more laid-back approach to this. Which approach is right? You just never know at Talladega. Now, we talked a little bit about those stage break points. As we have 70 laps, stage break on lap 30. As we look at the VSRN race analysis, and look at there. I mean, you see everything these guys are going to be thinking about. The fixed setups they're not really thinking about. They didn't have to think about anything with setups. They're fixed, but 70 laps, that's a long time here at Talladega, and surely a long time if there's a lot of caution. Stage break, lap 30, that's where we're racing to, but that big thing, no fast repair. That really changes how you drive at Talladega, Daytona. As you know, hey, I don't have any kind of safety blanket if something goes wrong. So I need to be patient, and patience, I think, is going to be the majority of what's important to make sure you get done. Now, as far as being aggressive and racing, going to have those big pushes. How do you manage that? How aggressive are you? Pushing in the corner? Are you the third car in line? Do you need to be pushing at all? The answer is usually yes. We're going to be pushing all the time, especially as they get down to the end of the stage and the race. Boy, it's going to be exciting. I want to thank again Cofield Supply and Service for their sponsorship of all the Talladega races here this week, and so we definitely want to shout them out. All right, well, 70 laps, Talladega. I mean, this is what we live for right here. Who is going to come away with the victory? Got to come through the tri-oval. You can see the flyover going over right now. Either that or some birds, I don't know. But we're ready to go here. Green flag is out here at Talladega. All right, well, if lap one's going to be in the book, Kenneth McCullough goes straight to the front with the help of David Sheets, and you can see just how much of a gap there is through all these trucks. You got some guys trying to move forward and some trying to roll to the back. A lot of separation right now as the race is still early, and you see you got a couple drivers up there in the third lane, but right now you see just guys trying to fight. You see Jim Kaufman in that red and white truck going to get down to the bottom as, man, we've got 3-4 wide racing almost here about mid-pack as Lucas Lyons. You can see him working his way up that top side, trying to get to the front quickly. But up front, it is your leader, Kenneth McCullough, David Sheets, and Peyton Hubbard. You can see those playoff banners, those yellow and white banners. That lets you know who's in the playoffs. So all these guys fighting for position. You see Wes Wiggin and the 49 of Michaela Steffs on the outside by themselves. This is showing the power of 2 trucks and how important it is to get teamed up with somebody else. Now, in actual NASCAR, as Michaela goes to the front, leaves Wes Wiggin on the outside by himself, but he's going to have some help from Peyton Hubbard and the 76 of Ron Morris Jr. there on the outside. So the outside trying to get formed up here early. You want that track position if you can get it. So guys moving to the back, some coming to the front. It just depends on what your strategy is, what your team strategy is, and how you guys are wanting to affect the race. The team is the most important thing here tonight. It's such a cool thing about plate racing is being able to work together with your teammates and make something magical happen. Very rarely do you get to work with your friends and your buddies to win races, but this here tonight with 34 drivers or 33 drivers, you're going to need every bit of your teammates to get this done. Pit with your teammates. Just a fun thing. As you see, I got Lucas Lyons there on the outside as he's got no help up here. Got stuck up on the outside. You see now he's going to get some help as Bobby Hall Jr. going to pull up to the top side, give Lucas a little bit of love, but Lucas trying to get down into that middle groove, but no, he's going to go up to the top side, trying to be a part of the top line, because here in the trucks, the runs are so massive, and we already seen 2 trucks getting together, can make some ground up, and on the high side, man, it happens quick. So third line is definitely possible if we have enough trucks. Right now, it just doesn't seem to be enough to be aggressive to make that third line work. But Bobby Hall Jr. and the playoff drivers going to try. But as these guys are off the gas, and if these 2 are hooked up, it doesn't matter. They'll be able to make up some ground as long as each line is not really interested in being so aggressive. But Michaela Steffs still leading this pack is Kenneth McCullough. Giving a push down into the third turn. So right now the bottom line seems to be the dominant line, but you see Bobby Hall Jr. Lucas Lyons making that top side work as they are extremely close to the wall. That's going to give them a big run down into the tri-oval. They are all the way up to that third lane on the bottom, and Lucas just bails on him, says, I want the lead of that middle line, so that will kill that run that they had. But Lucas tried to be the leader of that second group. Gets in front of Wes Wiggin. And hopes to get a push. You see Bobby Hall Jr. falling back quickly after that that broke up a little bit. Now, talking about pushing, these guys can push as much as they want. Now, in real NASCAR, they're not allowed to push long, unless it's the last lap or the last couple laps, and NASCAR seems not to care. But in real NASCAR, you're not allowed to lock bumpers. You have to push and then let off, push and then let off. But here, we can lay on these bumpers. You see the 03 all over the back bumper, just pushing Michaela down this front straightaway. But everybody sort of minded their manners at the moment. We love to see that. To see it to start to pick up at the end of this stage. But, man, I'll tell you what, there's only one car that can put on the type of race that these trucks do here at Talladega, and that's that 87 car. Boy, that's a lot of fun. But the trucks, I think, are just close second. Just incredible racing. Man, Wes Wiggin is all over the place. Back and forth, and watch that, as that will be the source of some issues tonight. When the pushes start to be more and more aggressive, guys who are able to keep the truck straight is going to be important. And those that are weaving around, got a little bit of slack in their wheel or just not comfortable running right behind somebody, you hook that driver, and that could be the end of the race for a lot of people. So you see Wes trying to push Lucas out there, and he does. But you see, look at this. I mean, this is recipe for disaster. He's pushing, but he's getting there right on the corner. And that's so dangerous. All it takes is one wrong bump at the wrong time, and Lucas goes around. So West trying to keep that thing straight, but you see he's just bobbing and weaving and bobbing and weaving. If I'm the 25, I am so nervous right now. But it's hard, man, when you're tucked up right on somebody's bumper, trying to go where they go, man, it's so difficult. So it sounds like I'm picking on West, but I'm not. It's just hard to do. It's hard to be right on the back bumper of somebody for so long. You think, well, this is easy. You're just flat-footed going all the way around the track. But, I mean, look at West. He is fighting hard to stay right on the bumper of Lucas. It requires super fine movements on the steering wheel, which is actually harder to do because your muscles are constantly tense. I'm telling you, after a Talladega race, when you're pushing hard like this, your arms will just be destroyed. So it is not easy, even though it kind of looks like it is. It's not. But I tell you what, at this point, if it's the last lap of the race, I want Wes Wiggin pushing me because he has been able to keep Lucas neck and neck and pushed him out front a couple times already. So that 88 butt kicker, Fanatec truck, kind of peeks out, letting the truck cool. That's another thing about pushing for too long. The water temperature is a little bit high. You have to be careful. You can definitely see guys blow their motors in the middle of the field, so that's something to be paying attention to. Crossover into lap 10. Wes Wiggin now out of the pack. I think he is definitely overheated. You saw how hard he was pushing. He is trying to get some air. It's like Peyton Hubbard willing to let him move out of the line and get back. So he's trying to cool that 88 truck so he can get back to pushing. It doesn't take long to cool it up. Lucas Lyon's going to blink out there. That's scary. But let's go back and see what's going on back here. We got Travis Twitty. He is back here just hanging out in the back. You can see he is not worried about pushing. He's not worried about getting up there and being too aggressive early. He started in 29th, actually dropped back a couple spots. So obvious strategy here for Travis is he wants to stay in the back, try to avoid the wreck. We see this strategy all the time. Stage points stage points are nice, but if you get you a good finish, stay alive. I think that's sometimes the best thing to do in a play race. Get to the checkered flag. That's really, really hard to do. I'm just so amazed at Travis's setup. It's just an incredible look. As he actually lifts a little bit there, it looked like maybe calamity was happening in front of him. Lifts, trying to stay in the draft, but a little far back so he can get on the brakes when he needs to. Man, what a great setup he's got. Definitely appreciate the look in. It's so awesome to be able to see people's setups. I dare say Travis got one of the best ones. I feel like he's actually sitting in the car. I don't know which one's real, which one's the left or the right. I can't tell. Lucas Lyon was able to take over that top spot, pulled down in front of that bottom line, and now leads here. He has gained 17 spots from where he started. I don't think he ran a qualifying time. He just drove right up to the front using that top line. So you could see it is very, very, I wouldn't say easy, but if you have the skill, if you have the experience, you can get up to the front from Talladega, especially if you can work together. And he mainly did it with just one or two drivers. He never had a huge line. So now Peyton Hubbard has some help behind him. He's going to try the same thing. That's the 76 of Ron Morris Jr. And they're side by side for the lead here on lap 13. Ron's going to come disconnected. So that's going to allow that bottom line to gain the momentum back. But they had a big push off of turn 2 there. See that third line trying to form. Wes Wiggin has been aggressive all night. I believe that's him. Yeah, it is. So now he is back up to the top side. Got the number 3 of Derek Puckett, I believe, behind him. Oh, excuse me. That is the 94 of Bobby Hall Jr., excuse me. So they've got a nice little top line. You see that middle line, only the 3 drivers. So far good. So far so good for Peyton Hubbard. Excuse me, as I'm just having a bunch of brain farts here today. That's all right. We'll get through it. Peyton Hubbard able to take the lead here as they start to get single file here. We'll be thinking about pit stops pretty soon. Have 50% fuel, so we've seen that they were able to go about 18, 19 laps, so we'll expect to see pit stops pretty soon here in the next couple laps. You can kind of see them getting single file all the way back through the field as everybody's getting ready to go down pit road, so it's obvious whenever that starts to happen what's going on. Guys trying to find their teammates. Now, they're pretty spread out. I mean, back to the end of the field where Travis Twitty is, it's 4 seconds. You can see how long that draft train is. But here they come. Peyton Hubbard, the leaders, coming down pit road to make their first stop. And, boy, somebody's going through the grass there. Who is that? Oh, my goodness, it was Bobby Hall Jr. Bobby Hall Jr., hey, you can't do that. He's going to go through the grass because I don't think he hit the commitment cone. So he drives through the grass, gets back on track to try to avoid the penalty, but holy moly, that was crazy. But David Sheets currently has the lead with Christopher McCullough. As maybe some confusion here as David Sheets, Christopher McCullough, and John Mollahan stay out on track, and Kenneth McCullough went down pit road. But wow, what a wild ride for Bobby Hall as he goes for a ride, and we'll watch that from his point of view here on the picture-in-pictures. Other people coming down pit road now as the second group trying to make it down pit road. Let's watch from Bobby Hall's view as he's going to try to get down in pit road here and not going to quite make it. Everybody coming down pit road. Just see the mess that there is on pit road. Guys trying to get into their spots. Fuel only. Don't slide through your pit stall so you can get out with the group. Look how fast he was getting in there. Just not able to make it. Oh, I think he did hit the commitment cone. He's going to drive through the grass, but I believe that's going to give him a penalty. So he does hit the commitment cone. Interesting call. Christopher McCullough wins the battle off of pit road, but here you can see the pack. Well, there really ain't much of a pack coming, but they're up to speed. Peyton Hubbard leads that as they're up to speed for the most part coming around this group here. They're going to pass David Sheets, and then right up in front of them, you can see these two drivers try to spread out, maybe try to catch the group, but they've got too much momentum, and they're going to come right by them. But the great job by the 04 and the 02 to get back rolling and stay with this group. We saw this a little bit at Daytona. There was a lot of separation once everybody came down pit road. 50% fuel means you have to pit a lot. So we've got to run to the stage here, and that first pit stop was way, way too important. And you can see just how spread out they are. It's the dangers of being towards the back is you're going to lose that draft. So it's like Kenneth McCullough pulling out of the pack, trying to get hooked up with their teammates. At Daytona, man, they come out and they had like a 4 or 5 second lead after the first stop, and they had a 13-second lead before a caution came out. This time, though, they've got a lot of guys to deal with, not just themselves. So, gonna have a nice little pack here as they continue to try to pull away from this second one that's led by Wes Wiggin. Big push by David Brackett. Those guys trying to work together as the lead pack is now 3 wide up here. So they will definitely catch them as these guys are racing up front. As we come down to 10 laps to go in this stage. Who is going to take home the stage win? Yo, 2, John Mollahan currently has it. But now Kenneth McCullough gets a push from Christopher McCullough. Give you an update on Bobby Hall Jr. It looks like he didn't get a commitment cone violation, even though it looked like he got to the inside of it. But he currently is way back here in 30th. He did make his pit stop, but he's got Casey. I believe that's the 93 of Thomas Hall. They're working together here. Thomas Hall is 1 lap down after a speeding penalty, along with Jim Kaufman, who also had a speeding penalty, but. Looks like didn't get a commitment cone violation, so that's good. But he is in 30th, and he is a danger of going a lap down. Currently, these guys are running 52-second laps. Bobby Hall Jr. is 31 seconds behind the leader, so only 20 seconds of going a lap down. So this second pack has finally caught up with the main pack, and so now we have most everybody back up into this this main little group here. Is, man, look at the shoves that are coming from the top side as Kenneth McCullough is going to get out front. You see Wes Wiggin ready to go. He's going to jump up on the top side, try to get somebody to go with him. I think David Sheets is up there in that 38 machine. That's David Brackett. We're going to race here to the stage on lap 30. Stage points for grabs. You can see a lot of yellow and white windshield banners up here up towards the front. Those points going to be extremely valuable to be able to move on to the next round and look 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 all the way back to probably about 16th place. And boy, they're getting close right here as the 83 of Chad Ross gets a big push. Is there 3 wide crossing the start-finish line. The bottom kind of comes unglued, and they fall back just a little bit, but they're starting to get reorganized now. As you see sort of the middle group start to break away just a little bit. The top side loses a lot of momentum, and now, oh, somebody gets loose there just trying to get down to the bottom where they're going all over the track. Who is that green? I think that's Daniel Worthington going all over the place. Able to keep that thing rolling forward, though, but up front. Kenneth McCullough on that bottom line, getting a big push from John Mollahan. Well, if it's going to be like this all night, I'm in trouble. We do have a lap truck up here. It's going to be Adrian Loya. We'll see what he decides to do. See him right here. Pack is coming. He's going to stay on the track and to go way high. Oh, my goodness, comes back down the track. And they're going to make 4 wide to get around him. Boy, that is scary right there. And everybody does a great job of getting around that 7 truck. We got 3 rows working. And it's just like Lucas Lyon now out front of that top line. He was very successful earlier up there, and I believe he's got the 80 of Drew Prohl right behind him in that blue and purple truck. Lucas Lyons has a slight edge here. You see the 04, the 06 getting a little squirrely, but the 80 is going to back off the 25, going to allow him to. Oh, they get back together, but look how hard these guys are pushing. They're just weaving a snake pattern up on the top line. Oh, my goodness. Makes me so dang nervous. Get a that middle line. You see that 03 machine. Oh, the 04 comes out of line, almost makes contact there with the 25 as Kenneth goes down to the bottom in front of the 02. Kenneth kind of working all 3 lanes. They're having to work a little bit harder tonight, and I love to see that. Bottom line going to prevail in the middle of the corner, but the top side comes alive down the front and the back straightaways. Big pushes happening right now. Drew Prohl getting all kinds of out of shape. It's going to break that draft up a little bit, so the top side going to fall back for just a second as they get reorganized up there and get the run back rolling. See how quickly it happens as Drew comes off the back bumper of that 25 machine, and they fall 4 rows deep. And they lose all their help as Drew has nobody behind him to push him up there to that 25. But right now, it's the battle between the 03, the 02, the 04, 06, and the 51. If you're one of these guys in the back, you just don't want to go a lap down. These guys are going to have the stage break to worry about. So if you're way off the pack, that's probably a good thing. There might be a wreck. You just never know. And so you know you're going to get that caution. So losing the draft in this first stage is not the worst thing in the world. So Travis Twitty, Jeremiah Hobbs, Bobby Hall Jr., Jeremy Vaughn, those guys going to be able to get the ball back up once the stage finishes up here. Kenneth McCullough all over the track, just blocking those lines, trying to work both of them. And able to really maintain the lead, but Chris McCullough now can sort of pull out in front. And you got the 83 of Chad Ross right on the top side. So you're going to get a run here. You can see nothing but daylight as he gets a nice push from the 73 of Eric Parks. Drew Prohl right behind him. Drew just wanted to say, hey, guys, somebody come up here and play with me. Chad Ross going to get a little squirrely on entry. He's going to back him up just a tad. And I don't know who's going to win this thing. This stage finish is going to be wild. I just feel it. They're all over the racetrack racing like madmen. But you see Kenneth McCullough Motorsports really blocking both of the good lanes, the middle and the bottom. So they're working both of them at the moment, which is really giving them control of this race. So the challenge is going to have to come from that top line. As you see Chad Ross trying to make it work, but just can't get there. At the moment, they got pretty close and then got broken apart. And you see now there's only 3 drivers. So McCullough Motorsports doing a great job of controlling these lanes. It's going to take those couple drivers to jump out in that top line. Somebody who's willing to lead them to the front. And who's it going to be? 2 laps to go in this stage. Oh my goodness, contact is made. They're continuing to make contact. They're still trying to make contact. Like, goodness gracious, you don't have a faster pair lift. Making me all nervous. They're coming down the back straightaway. 2 laps to go, a lap and a half now. As, man, look at them moving around. You see the 19 or 79. I can't really see who it is. Oh, 49, Lord. Kayla making a move up to that middle line, ready to jump up on the outside and make a move here as we're coming down to 1 lap to go in this stage. Can anybody break up this McCullough bunch? White flag here in the stage. Who's going to bring home the win? Which McCullough brother is it going to be? I'm assuming they're brothers. It might be father and son. They might be cousins. I don't know. But they're McCulloughs, and they're part of McCullough Motorsports. You're going to see Kenneth McCullough go up to that middle line. He's going to push that middle one a little bit. Got a big run coming from the top side, though. That Cody Anderson. Cody Anderson in the 42. He's got a big run. As here he comes on the last lap. Cody Anderson with help from Rod Morris Jr. 3 trucks with Drew Prohl. Who is going to win this stage? Coming off a turn number 4 there, 3 wide. Down into the tri-oval. Who's going to have the push? Who is going to get this stage win? It is... bad camera angle. I have no idea. So caution comes out, and we're going to have to go back and look at that, as I have no idea who won the freaking stage. My goodness, what a great run. And we'll take a look at it on the replay. And I don't know if they do it from the point of caution or not, but I'm going to give you the slow motion at the line for this stage break. Who wins it? We're going to slow it way down as they cross the line, and it looks like Kenneth McCullough was the driver to cross the line. But, man, look at Cody Anderson there. Just so close. Uh-oh. All right. Doing a terrible job here. Just falling apart here tonight. As you can see, as they come to the line. And there it is. Kenneth McCullough is going to cross the line. But Cody Anderson, what a great run by him. And what a great finish to that stage. Pit stop's happening. Everybody going to come down and get, I don't know if they'll get 4 tires and fuel. Just depends on where you want to be in the running order. You can get 4 tires if you want. I don't know how big a deal tires are going to be here at Talladega. I just haven't seen them really matter all that much. So we'll see what the guys do, though. I mean, these are the guys who are going to tell me. 4 tires and fuel, 2 tires and fuel, no tires, fuel only. What's it going to be? Not quite halfway, so we still got a long way to go. As you can see, a lot of fuel only here. No tires, no need. Kenneth McCullough going to win the battle off pit road with John Mollahan right behind him, Peyton Hubbard. All these guys coming off pit road. And we got some 4-tire takers. You know, a little bit of grip might make a difference, especially if you're trying to work the top side, trying to make some moves. Nice to have some cooler tires. Give you more grip to make moves and not get loose. But, yeah, like I said, Talladega, tires really haven't mattered for a long time, but track position could be extremely important. Depends on what your strategy is. If you're trying to stay in the back and just hang out, might as well take 4 tires. All right, well, we're going to talk to your stage winner, Kenneth McCullough. We're going to bring him up into the booth. Hopefully, don't mess up any of his strategy, but we got him in the booth right now. Kenneth McCullough, winner of stage 1. The only stage is you had a 3-way battle there for that stage win. And congratulations, Kenneth. Talk a little bit about that and how you're able to get it done.
Man, just having good teammates. I was a little intense there. I was on the edge the whole time. I just wanted to make it to the stage and not be out of this thing early. Good racing up front though by everyone.
Yeah, this time not able to get out by yourselves. You had a whole pack to deal with for that stage win, but still got on and off pit road pretty well. What's your strategy moving forward now that you got that stage win? Is it stay up front, we're going to move to the back, or something in between?
I just try to stay out of front and then stay out of trouble. Ain't much strategy on pit, and you pretty much got to run it out every run. So it ought to be a good race for sure.
All right, well, man, thank you so much for talking to me. Congratulations on that stage win.
Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy.
Well, we are talking to a lot of McCullough Motorsports guys tonight. And, man, getting ready to go green here in just a second. We'll get the 1 to green. We're going to go back racing here at Talladega. We're going to go back with just under halfway. Going to go green on lap 34. So we're going to have 36 laps to go. And you can only make it about 18 laps on fuel. So at least one more stop under green. Again, want to thank our sponsor for tonight, Cofield Supply and Service, for sponsoring all of the Bluegrass Talladega Superspeedway races this week in the trucks, the Xfinity, and the Cup Series. So thank you to them. Big supporter of the Bluegrass Series. And Talladega is a home track for them, based out of Alabama. Wish I was based out of Talladega, Alabama. That'd be cool. Well, we've seen these guys be extremely racy early. Do they kind of put a pin in it for a while? You know, stage points were worth racing for there. And, I mean, just a great run by Cody Anderson to get on that top side. Got a big push. Came so close, as we saw there in that replay. And so, you know, what's the strategy now? Is it get up front? You know, do you go to the back if you're a playoff driver, worried about the crash? When's the big one going to happen? I think that's what we're all wondering. So far, so good. No crashes, but we just know that it's not going to end that way. It can't. It's Talladega, and there's 33 drivers on the track. It just ain't going to happen. So when is it going to happen, and how are you going to avoid it when it does? So we'll see. Kenneth McCullough going to be out front, got his teammates with him. So if they can avoid trouble, maybe it'll happen behind them. And these guys riding in the back would love to be able to slow down and stay out of it. Green flag is out, though, here. 36 laps to go here in this race. We got a lot of amazing racing to bring you here on BSRN. Side by side, Kenneth McCullough and John Mollahan. Side by side. Ron Morris Jr. has been an incredible pusher all night long. I've seen that 76 truck push multiple guys out front. Now Cody Anderson is on his back bumper. So McCullough Motorsports trying to hold on to that bottom line. You see the 04 of Christopher up there on the top line. So and I know I've been talking about them a bunch, but they've been the one that's been the most aggressive. And so that they've got a lot to talk about for sure. Stage win, and great plate drivers. They work together. It's a lot of fun. Watch guys plate race and do it so effectively like these guys can. But Ron Morse, Cody Anderson, trying to make something happen here on the top side. Morris going to take over the lead, drops down in front of John Mollahan, and so now he's going to control the race. These laps are going to click off quickly. You need to position yourself. You want to be, I mean, at this point, you need to be thinking about the pit stop. That should be the topic of discussion in your Discord channel. What are we going to do? You know, hey, want to reiterate, guys, let's make sure you have your tires in check. You want to be the guy that changes 4 tires when everybody else takes fuel only. So you want to make sure that you do everything right. Make sure you're checking all that stuff now. Unclick auto fuel, take off your windshield tear off, and making sure that you guys are hooked up and ready to go down pit road. We saw a lot of separation after that first pit stop, and you do not want to see that again. Yeah, especially if you're towards the back. You may be out of this thing in one fell swoop. On board with David Sheets is down on the bottom. You can see the 38 of David Brackett and the 113 of Daniel Worthington trying to make this top side work. Boy, this looks like a lot of fun. We've seen a lot of success from the top line, so I wonder if we'll see a winner come from there. I mean, Cody Anderson there at that stage win almost was able to get it done off that top side. You can see Daniel just giving him little pushes. Now a big push down the straightaway. I mean, a massive push. Gonna clear for the 38, but not the 113, so they'll have to back off for the entry to the corner. But we're 3 wide racing again. Seen a couple drivers that like to be up there. Wes Wiggin has found a home. He's pitching a tent. Well, that's weird, but he's building himself a home on the top line. And that 88 truck has been up there all race long. It's boring sitting down on the bottom, I can tell you. You're just riding around. Feels like the safest area. If you're up top, that's the clean out lane. Somebody gets sideways, goes up the track, and you're going to be, oh, caution is out. Caution is out as the two of, I can't see who the heck this is, Jim Kaufman going around, and a couple other drivers. So we've had an accident towards the back. Go back here and look on the replay and see if we can maybe see what happened. It seemed like it started here with Jim Kaufman. Let's go look at the instant replay from his point of view. And just riding here in the back, the 7 kind of goes down to the bottom, and Jim in the middle. Oh, the 13 just comes up the track. 13 of Brian Terry. I don't know if he had some sort of problem or what happened to him, as Jim Kaufman actually just disappeared there for a while, and trying to go back and see maybe what happened to Brian Terry that caused him to come up the track like that. But yeah, you can see right there. I don't know if he didn't appreciate the 7 come down, didn't know that Jim was there and tried to go to the outside. That may have been what happened. I'm not quite sure. I mean, it honestly just looked like Brian Terry didn't know that Jim Kaufman was there. You see, disappears. So the guy's just riding around in the back, and you can see it's dangerous up there as well. Here comes the leaders down pit road. Got to get that fuel. That fuel is going to be too important that you don't want to stay out. Want to make sure you get there. They had only 8 laps there, but that is enough to come down and get a splash of fuel to make sure that you can make it a one more stop. They're all going to come down pit road. A couple drivers going to stay out. Bobby Hall Jr. It looks like Adrian Loya, who was a lap down. Everybody comes down pit road except for Bobby Hall Jr. You see him racing off pit road. Lots of fuel only there. Man, just incredible job. 34 drivers here tonight. Actually, 33 still on the track as Michael Cole. I'm not really sure if he started the race or what's going on there, but still a pretty impressive race by everybody so far. And that wreck was between a couple drivers, so it wasn't the big one. And I think it was just a couple drivers just trying to get in line, and just some confusion there about who was where. And unfortunately, a couple drivers in trouble. Jim Kaufman sitting there on pit road. No fast repair. So, I mean, just it's so baffling. Sometimes you're in these races, you're just riding in the back, and you're thinking, okay, we're cool. You know, those guys are up there racing hard. We're just kind of hanging out, you know, back here. But whenever you kind of relax and take it easy, sometimes that's when your guard gets let down and you're maybe not paying attention enough, or, you know, spotter doesn't work, or you just, or you're just back there hanging out, minding your own business. All of a sudden there's a couple guys getting together, and you're like, what the heck? I'm back here trying to avoid the wreck, not be in it. And here in Bluegrass, no fast repair. So, I mean, that's tough for some of these guys. Jim Kaufman, Brian Terry, Thomas Hall, all on pit road with damage. I mean, significant damage. Brian Terry's been on pit road now in his stall getting damage fixed for over 3 minutes already. And that is pretty much a race ender. Even if they can get that damage fixed, a lot of times the car's not going to be what it was. Going to have some aero damage, some wheel damage, something like that. Hey, see some drivers come down pit road. Michael Robinson, Sean Kaiser, Barrett Morton, Daniel Cunningham. Lots of drivers coming down, getting that extra little bit of fuel. So you see the strategy that this fuel limit of 50% is really opening up for these guys as guys are coming down pit road with the 1 to green to get that extra little bit of fuel. Well, a great race tonight. Thank y'all for watching. If you're on Bluegrass TV, thank y'all so much for being a part of this race. It's a lot of fun. Thank y'all for getting in here, cheering your drivers on, and watching a fun battle here at Talladega. If you're on V-Speed Racing Network, thank you for watching as well. If you're on Bluegrass, go over to VSRN and give us a subscribe. If you're on VSRN, go over to Bluegrass TV and give them a subscription as well. Let's share the love. Definitely appreciate that. We like to bring y'all all kinds of action here on VSRN. But we're not greedy. We're not greedy. We don't want you to all come over to our channel and watch it every race. That's why we simultaneously broadcast over on Bluegrass TV. Want to make sure everybody has enough eyeballs. That doesn't even make any sense. Make sure everybody can watch from all kinds of different platforms. All right, lap 41 of 70. We'll take the green at lap 42. Starting to get messy here. Bobby Hall Jr., though, going to lead them down to the green flag. Stays out, but he'll have the least amount of fuel. I wonder if he regrets his decision. We'll find out soon. The green flag is out, though. Bobby Hall going to get a great jump and try to take control of this race. Seen him up on the top side trying to get up there. For a while, he thought, well, heck, I'll just stay out and I'll get up there easier. It's a lot easier to pass the long one that stays out. I don't know if I'm having a stroke tonight or what, but I've had speaking dyslexia all night long. But a great run down the back straightaway from John Mollahan. Oh, they tried to clear down to the bottom. They weren't quite clear just yet. Trying to get in front of Bobby Hall Jr., who gets a big push from the 06 to David Sheets and keeps him out front. Big push from the outside, though. We'll see if they can clear down. They do. John Mollahan down to the bottom. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. If anybody that's racing in this field is listening to this broadcast, McCullough Motorsports is bullying y'all. I'm just going to say it straight up. Y'all are getting bullied right now. As, man, they are controlling this race, and they're not allowing anybody to control it but them. As now they control both lanes. They've been doing this all night long, and it's genius, and it's great racing. But I'm waiting for somebody to get up there and challenge these guys. Oh, we got contact. Eric Parks into the wall, still not wrecking, and they're able to hang on to it. What a great job by Eric Parks, who was all but wrecked, but keeps that 73 truck going. Of course, I know he'd probably love to wreck and get that caution, but my goodness, that was scary. We'll go back and look at that on the picture-in-picture in a second, as we got almost 3 wide battling as Drew Prohl getting up to the front, as now Kenneth going to drop down to the bottom line, lead Cody Anderson, the leader, with Wes Wiggin right behind him. Wide racing here for the lead on lap 44 of 70. Still a long way to go, but these guys are still racing their guts out. Look here, you see that wood grain Chevrolet gonna make a little bit of contact here with the 3 machine of Derek Puckett coming off the corner and gets completely sideways, and thank God for the 49 of Michaela, as they kept Eric Parks going straight, and then he continues to battle it, able to hang on to it. What a great job by Eric Parks. could have been a race-ending wreck, but able to hang on to it, and we stay green. You see the top line and the bottom line being the best one right now is Bobby Hall. Pulls out of the pack, says, I've had enough. And he's going to drop towards the back. Now, Peyton Hubbard, second place. He's actually tied for first in points, getting a big push from Lucas Lyon up on the outside. Peyton Hubbard would love to get that win tonight and break this streak that he's had of just terrible races. But right now he's doing everything right. He's got the 25 behind him. Lucas has shown to be a very, very strong driver tonight. Looking for his teammates, though. You see his teammates, Daniel Cunningham, running out back here by himself, feeling like the wreck is going to happen soon. He's going to lose the draft. You get Sean Kaiser up here getting a draft from Carlton Charles. So a lot of these guys, teammates, Lucas trying to find his teammates and work together. My goodness, I don't know what the heck's going on up front. But Peyton Hubbard with Lucas Lyon takes over the top spot as they drop down to the bottom, giving Peyton the lead. That's your best defense against McCullough Motorsports trying to run each lane. And you can see they're going to pull up and take control of that middle lane as they decide, no, we're not willing to follow. We know that all that's going to do is allow for other drivers to push out front and then cross back down and lead those lanes, and you could be running second. And then all of a sudden, as Kenneth McCullough gets a big push from John Mollahan and takes that lead car at the bottom. But what's going to happen? If you allow that to happen, all it's going to continue, you're going to sit there and be running second, third, and then all of a sudden you'll look up, you'll be running 9th or 10th because guys will continue to fill that bottom line, and then all of a sudden you're behind the 8 ball. So you can see they're not willing to do that, and they work to get themselves back up front, and Kenneth McCullough able to retake that top spot from the big push from John Mollahan. Still working that top side as they come across the line. Lap 48 of 70. You would think these guys would be riding, taking it easy. Nope. They have been really, really aggressive up front, but the pushes have been clean. I'm going to be honest. Not a lot of wiggling, not a lot of, guys kind of getting wild and crazy. All of our wrecks have kind of happened towards the back. And it's honestly from guys that are just taking it easy as Kenneth McCullough goes back down to the bottom to block the run that Peyton Hubbard was getting there. And you see how effective this is. I mean, I hate this. I know I keep talking about it, but I need y'all to know who are watching how impressive this is. They're doing such a good job as teamwork. You see a lot of teams that are kind of spread out, not working together. These three or four have been just incredible at working together. And right now it's Kenneth McCullough and John Mollahan, 2 drivers that we've talked to already tonight. We got a pit stop coming up soon. We're on lap 10 of this run for those who have pitted. Bobby Hall Jr., who stayed out there earlier, he is way back here at the back of the field. Wonder if he's trying to save some fuel. We'll see if he goes down the corner. Getting way back from the pack. Stayed out there under that caution. Now he's got 8 laps more fuel than anybody else, so these guys can go quite a bit longer. So he's probably back there trying to save as much fuel as possible. These guys, we got about 8 or so laps, I believe, until we have to start thinking about pit stops. You see everything kind of getting moving around here. I wonder how much saving is going, because if they can go about 8 more laps, that's going to get them to 58, which should be good enough to make it to the end. So we might see pit stops happening pretty soon, actually, as they are just a couple laps away from being able to make it. Now, what happened at Daytona is something to be thinking about, as we had a couple green-white checkers, and we can have up to 3. So if you come down early, is it worth it? Is it worth it to come down early? Yes, normally that gets you a better spot once everything kind of cycles out. But is it worth it to do that, knowing that if there's a green, white checkered, you might run out? So I think these guys run it until they can't go anymore, as long as their teammates are still out on track, and try to make sure they have plenty of fuel to make a green, white checker, because that could be, that could be 6 extra laps or more. Big push from Peyton Hubbard in that middle line from Chad Ross in that 83 machine. Top line starting to get broken up, as we saw that happen before that first green flag pit stop is guys trying to maneuver themselves to get on pit road. Everybody wants to work down to that bottom line, but you want to be close to the front. You don't want to go all the way to the back of this line to pit, because you'll be behind the 8 ball once everything cycles out. So just about 5 more laps left before these guys have to hit pit road. So when are they coming? So far, the mistakes have been small. They have not. Nobody's really made a huge mistake. Eric Parks, who we saw sideways, while it was a mistake, not on his part, but somebody making contact with him, did a great job of able to save it. We've seen a couple drivers go around in the back, just small mistakes. But here at Talladega, we know that small mistakes sometimes can turn into big ones. So we'll see if that's going to come before the end of this race. And we're 17 laps to go here. Still got to make a green flag pit stop. A lot of drivers are in good shape. This is a cutoff race. Next week is Bristol, and that's the start of round 2. Only 2 rounds, 2 races in each round. So, this is it for the cutoff. And there's 16 drivers, and we're going to go down to 12. We don't have live points. Sorry about that, but we'll keep tabs on it the best we can. But the easiest thing to do, if you're any of the drivers that are worried about it right now, at the start of the race, Barrett Morton is tied with Wes Wiggin for 12th place. So we'll see once stage points and everything. With stage points, I just can't show you live points. So it would be impossible for me to show you that. But, that's going to be really important. But at the end of the day, if you're somebody like Michael Robinson, who's back here behind this pack, he was he was number 16. He was 2,000 points, and 15th had 2,033 points. So it's pretty simple for Michael. He's got to go up there. He's got to go up there and get this win. That's what he's got to do. He's likely not going to point himself in. Now, I say it's not likely. I'm not saying it's impossible with enough stage points, but I don't think he got that many stage points. So if you're the 8 machine, you got to get this win if you're going to move on to the next round. Right now, everybody getting wound up, getting ready to go. We're 16 laps into this stint, about lap 18, 17, 18. These guys are going to come down pit road to make their final stop. And here they come right now. See, getting real hot on pit road. Were they able to get down to pit road speed? We've already seen a couple pit road speeding violations here early in the race. But we already got our first group: Peyton Hubbard, Lucas Lyon, Ron Morris Jr., Drew Prohl, Casey Ryback, Cody Anderson, all coming down pit road. So expect to see the other drivers soon. I would expect the rest, or at least more than half of this group to come in next time. It's all about being perfect, getting down on the pit road the fast you can. slide the front tires. Don't get on the brakes too hard. Don't get in too hot. Try to get woed down. Get down on pit road. Don't speed. Get into your box without sliding the tires. Get out and get hooked up with your teammates. Sounds easy, right? It ain't. Somebody's through the grass. Who is that? No idea. Somebody went through the grass. I can't see anything on these views. Just incredible. Incredible camera work by me. But somebody went through the grass. I don't know who that was. But as everybody comes down pit road, here comes Travis Twitty. Daniel Cunningham lost the draft trying to get back in this thing. Here comes Peyton Hubbard. Oh, somebody is a little out of shape here. Can't see who that is. Peyton Hubbard coming around now, but he will get up to about second or third. I think he might get all the way to the front. It's not quite hooked together yet, as they do get hooked together now. So another great job by the 04, the 02. Oh my goodness, somebody goes down to the inside. Who is that? Trying to see what happened there. Somebody got way out of shape. Looks like the 83 of Chad Ross. Trying to avoid maybe a bad bump here as they were coming, kind of getting caught up. Let's take a look at it here on the picture-in-picture there. On board with Chad Ross. Sorry about, just couldn't find it. You're going to see him get real checked up here as they try to get to the back bumper and actually push the 04 out of the way. Just a miscommunication there. And great job by Chad Ross here of getting back on the track, but he loses a lot of time to the leaders. Up front, Ron Morris Jr., Peyton Hubbard. And it is down to crunch time. 12 laps to go here in this race. Who is going to win it? Punch their ticket into the next round. What non-playoff driver is going to get up here and get a trophy, get some respect out there? It's, oh, caution's out. Caution is out. Looks like David Brackett in that 38 machine sitting in the grass with a blown motor. So something must have major happened for the 38 to be smoking like that, but I don't see any damage. Go back and try to see maybe what happened to the 38 machine. Go check it here on the replay. Bracket 38. Oh, you see some contact happen right in front of him. Come back up on the track, and unfortunately, Sean Kaiser was there. Started with Daniel Worthington, West Wiggin pushing, trying to get caught up to the lead pack. A block right here. They try to block both lines, and West Wiggin comes up the track just a little bit wildly. You see the wreck happen there. So some just bad pushes there, and some miscommunication, some timing stuff back there. And unfortunately, David Brackett, you can see that expired motor. He's not going to be able to get that back. That is a race ender there. I can tell you who loves to see that. That's going to be the 08 of Daniel Cunningham, your points leader, tied with Peyton Hubbard. who had all lost the draft, had to pit with just 2 other drivers, was pretty much out of this thing. And look, I mean, we've been under caution for a while, and he is just now getting caught up where he can go down pit road. So, hell, I don't know what's going on back here. Guys stopping on the track, trying to wait on guys to get caught up. Not real sure. Some confusion here. They're still 12 seconds back from the pack, so I'm not really sure what's going on with these drivers. But Daniel back into this thing and get up there and maybe try to find some points. Maybe get up towards the front and get a win. Look and see. Everybody trying to get caught up. Out of pit road. Get himself a drink. That sounds pretty good. I think I'll join you there, Travis. Oh, he got a Dr. Pepper. That's product placement right there. Good looking truck for this 29 machine. I like the colors, I like the overall style, love it. So pretty sweet little 29 truck as he gets caught up to the field. Oh man, oh man. You know, it would have been nice to see this thing play it through, but now the chaos is going to begin. I think it's going to be just ridiculous racing here from here on out, as now we're less than 10 laps to go at Talladega. Race win on the line. Chance to go on to the next round if you're currently out of the cutoff. A lot of stuff at stake here. I don't think there's anybody going to be riding around at this point. I think there might be some who might wait around, knowing that I'm going to hold out for just a little bit longer. But at this point, if you're not moving forward, the likelihood of you winning this race drops dramatically. You need to be up towards the front if you're going to win this thing. Seen a lot of great driving tonight, a lot of a great Superspeedway strategist up front. John Mollahan's been up front all night long, but so is Peyton Hubbard, who's shown a lot of skill as well of staying up front and being where he needs to be, taking pushes, giving pushes, and able to keep his truck up near the front. He'll be outside the front row on this restart. Ron Morse Jr. has been up there, been incredibly strong at pushing trucks to the lead. Drew Prohl as well has been a major part of that third line all night long. Cody Anderson back in 13th. We saw him make a really nice run towards the end of that stage. Can he do that again? Or can somebody else who's been hiding around in the back, playing scared, get up there and get this thing done and get that win? I think it's going to be tough if you're 20th on back. It's going to be incredibly difficult. But here we go. Pace car pulling off. John Mollahan with control of the restart. Got a couple teammates behind him. Peyton Hubbard, your points leader, on the top side. Who is going to win here? 7 laps to go when we take the green flag. How many green, white checkers will we see? We're going to find out here soon. Green flag is out here. John Mollahan gets a great jump. Makes me a little bit nervous to see that, but we'll see if they can make it happen. Big push is coming. You'll see that third line get active really, really quickly as they get up to speed. Takes them about half a lap these days to get up to speed. And you see these guys already up to 170 miles an hour. Up front, their pushes is allowing these guys to be up to speed really, really quickly. Bottom line, getting a massive run, but here comes the top line. You can see somebody up top, up here. This is the 51 of Peyton Hubbard, dropped all the way back. That's a nice little Cofield bumper we get to see. Now 3 wide, up front, 3 truck. They say no, thank you. Appreciate it, but we'll pass. And look at how spread out these guys are. Not really organized yet. Guys working, trying to find who they want to work with. You got to find your guy. Who's my guy? I got to go find him or gal. Right now, Lucas Lyon pushing that 9. Barrett Morton, he's right there on the cutoff. This is exactly what he needs to get into the next round of the playoffs. He's got that 25 behind him. It's been strong. And, it actually blinks out a little bit there. But they got a nice run as the 04 tries to block it. Going to stop that run. Actually slows it down a good bit. So that's really going to hurt that middle line's run. But you see, they move into defense mode. They're clearing both lines out, saying, hey, we're going to block both lines. We're going to give y'all one to work with over here at McCullough Motorsports. So Barrett Morton says, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And I'll take it, and we'll try to take the lead here with just 5 laps to go. The bottom in the middle kind of break up a little bit. It's going to allow that top side. You see, I don't know who that red truck is. Man, they got a massive run. Looks like Alex Healy there in that 97 machine. Gets a massive run from Daniel Worthington, and here it is. I mean, this is when the calamity happens, is we're 3 wide, and everybody's tight. Everybody's pushing. Everybody's 6 cars deep, going to be pushing on each other, saying, hey, if you don't get going, you're going to get gone. And, man, look right up here. We've got pushes happening all over the place. Look how we're 3 rows deep. 3 wide, about 10 rows deep at this moment. And for Daniel Cunningham, look at his point of view. Just nowhere to go. The lanes are all blocked. Michael Robinson in that 16th position, nowhere to go as well. So, like I said, you got to be up near the front if you have any chance of taking this win. But 3 wide for the lead. Christopher McCullough currently has it with John Mollahan on the bottom. But Barrett Morton continues that surge on the top side. He's on the 3rd row at the moment. Is somebody going to jump up there and block it? John Mollahan moves up to run that 2nd line. Now he's going to go back down to the bottom. But here comes Barrett Morton on the outside with the push from Lucas Lyon. Lucas pokes his nose out just a little bit. How long can Lucas push before he has to lift? That air not getting on the front end of that truck. You don't want to blow it up. You can see he's just a little bit nervous. I wonder if that's already becoming a problem. Here comes Peyton Hubbard, though, to the outside. That actually is good for Barrett Morton. Barrett Morton. That's going to allow him to push and Lucas to take a break and cool that truck off a little bit. And I think that's what these guys are doing up front. I think John Mollahan running both lines. He's allowing the 04 to push. I'm getting hot. And then he drops down to the bottom of the 03. The 03, push. I'm getting hot. Back up to the middle. I think that's exactly what they're doing, and I think that's pretty smart. But look at all that movement going on in the middle of the pack, and we're getting down to, oh, my goodness, a little contact from Ron Morse Jr. Oh, my goodness. Oh, they almost make contact. They're moving a lot. Look at that. The 3 truck all the way up to the 2nd line as the bottom line completely broke apart now. Somebody down on the inside. I can't see who that is. Moves out of that the groove as we almost had a wreck there, but they did a great job of saving it. 3 to go here at Talladega. Who is going to win this race? Who's going to punch their ticket, not have to worry about points? Who's going to get it done? Is it going to be a non-playoff driver? As Ron Moore is going to go up into the front of the 51. Oh, they make contact. Drew Prohl is going to come up and make a little contact with Peyton Hubbard. Now they got a bigger run on the outside. Oh, John Mollahan, a last-second move in front of the 04. Ron Morris Jr., though, has the lead. Oh, they're snaking down the back straightaway. Contact imminent. But they keep it together. Everybody changing lanes. You see Peyton Hubbard go to the inside as I think Morris got kind of pushed up out of the groove. He's going all the way back. Here it is. Contact. Oh, no, it's Michael Robinson. Michael Robinson, excuse me. Michael Robinson goes around. We were getting ready to take 2 to go, and that is going to do it for his playoff hopes. The 8 machine goes around, brings out the caution, and we will have the first of 3 green-white checkers. Sorry, Michael. About messing up your name. My goodness. Definitely disappointing if you're the 8 machine. He was up there in the thick of it. Get a replay for you real quick and see exactly what happened to the 8 machine. He's got the 7 behind him pushing. We've seen the 7 kind of have some issues with some car control. Is that going to be what happened here? Need some movement, pushes. Oh, man, yeah, just, I mean, nothing the 7 could do there, as it was just a accordion effect. That is Jeremiah Hobbs here. You're going to see just a sort of a checkup here. When that checkup happens, those guys know where to go. Watch it again to see exactly where the checkup came from. Oh, yeah, you see Barrett Morton comes down into the lane of the 10, and that's why he checks up. And when he checks up, accordion effect happens. They go around, so. All right, well, the green-white checkered, no surprise there. Can't be surprised by that at all. And how many we're going to get. How many green-white checkers we're going to get here tonight. Got 3 attempts at it. So we'll go around. We'll take the green flag, go make a lap, take the white flag. If they take the white flag, it's over after that. In iRacing, in real NASCAR, they throw the caution. But in iRacing, there is no caution once the white flag drops. So they will race it back to the line if they take the white flag, wreck or not. Currently, your top 5, John Mollahan, Christopher McCullough, Kenneth McCullough, Peyton Hubbard, Drew Prohl. Got Derek Puckett, David Sheets, Casey Ryback, Bobby Hall Jr. What a great recovery from Bobby Hall Jr. It was going through the grass at one point. Now in 9th, Lucas Lyon. So Ron Morris Jr. fell back to 11th. Jeremiah Hobbs, Alex Healy, Barrett Morton, who was up there about to take the lead, now back in 14th. 15th, Chad Ross, Dakota Shepard in 16th. Daniel Cunningham, your points leader, tied with Peyton Hubbard in 17th. 18th is Carlton Charles. 19th, Travis Twitty. 20th, Cody Anderson. Dustin Reinstedel in the 21st position. Wes Wiggin, we've said his name a lot tonight, in 22nd. Michaela Steffens in 23rd. Michael Robinson in 24th. Eric Parts, this is where it starts to get a little depressive after 23rd. Eric Parts down on pit road. Daniel Worthington on pit road. Get all these guys getting damage fixed. Sean Kaiser disappointing into his race in the 27th position. Adrian Loya in the 28th. Thomas Hall in 29th. 30th, Jeremy Vaughn. Brian Terry, 31st. 32nd, David Brackett. Jim Kaufman in 33rd. That's where they all stand. 1 to go. First of 3 attempts at green-white checkered. Well, there's not much to say. It is check cashing time here at Bluegrass. I want to thank our sponsor, Cofield Supply and Service, for their sponsoring of this race here tonight. So definitely want to thank them. CofieldStore.com. Certified Graco, and Titan and Titian paint machine. I should have got some help with this. Certified Graco and Titian paint machine sales, parts and service center, pressure washer sales, parts and service, Anist Iwata automotive paint guns and pumps. You know, I probably should just not have read any of that because I think I just lost some sales. Hey, go check it out, CofieldStore.com. Doesn't matter how it's pronounced. Just click on it and buy it. Here we go. First attempt. Green-white checkered. Green-white checkers have a way of sort of calming everything down. It's going to take a lap to get up to speed. So, we'll see. I'm expecting to see some guys from mid-pack make some moves. That third line's going to be busy really quickly. If you don't get up there soon, someone else is, and you're going to be SOL. Here they come through the tri-oval. Who's going to win here at Talladega? Flag is out. Big pushes up front. 203.04. Filling the top three spots. Peyton Hubbard there, down on the bottom. Two moves up the track. Block that middle line. So when is the third line going to be? Oh, they're going to make contact. The three makes contact with, I can't tell who that was, so caution is out. As we have another big one here. So we'll rack them up for one more green-white checkered. Looks like it started with Casey Ryback here on the back straightaway. Let's take a look at that replay. You see the three's going to go to the top side. Casey's going to go up there to try to follow him. And then at the last second decides, you know what? I want to go down and make this 4 wide, but doesn't quite get down. I don't know if that's what he meant to do or what, but then comes back up the track into the 3. Going to get Drew Prohl and turn around the 94 of Bobby Hall Jr., who had just gotten back up there. And the 3 of Derek Puckett goes around right in front of Lucas Lyons and Barrett Morton. I mean, look at the job by Barrett Morton to stay on the brakes. Going to make a little contact at the end. But what a great job by him to get woed up. We'll see it in full speed here. On board, Barrett Morton. See the 3 move up the track. Here comes contact. And watch if Barrett Morton able to keep this truck going forward. On the brakes, on the brakes, on the brakes. A little bit of contact there, a little bit of contact there. But able to pretty much avoid calamity is Barrett Morton. What a great job. My goodness, I got to watch that again. That was incredible. Watch from inside his car as you just see panic. Oh, my God. Ah! Oh, my goodness. What a great job on his brakes to not lock him up and just slide right into that. Just incredible. To see that 9 up there, just code brown for sure. Somebody get that man a roll of toilet paper. As you see everybody going down the track, and my God, Sean Kaiser, just the worst luck. On board, Sean Kaiser, watch this. Wreck's happening. He's trying to go down as low as possible. He thinks, oh, I'm definitely out of this. They're up against that wall. Oh! And just clobbered it. Goes back up, and Jesus takes the wheel and goes back up and hits the 3. Oh, my car wouldn't turn. He just tried to avoid it. going to see as the 3 truck going to come back down the track. And the 24, you can see he's trying to avoid it at the last second, but it's too late and makes contact. All 4 wheels come off the ground as he's going to go down and hit that inside wall. Bam. Just never know where these trucks are going to go. Just never know. See, Sean going to try to... Oh, man, he thought he had him cleared. And right here, watch this. Oh. Well, attempt number 2 here is we should get the 1 to green here for attempt 2 of 3 here of your green-white checkers. I think what we've seen is that it's going to be really tough to do anything with the bottom and middle lanes. I think you're really going to have to get up there. You know, if you're Peyton Hubbard, Alex Healy, David Sheets, those guys need to jump up in that 3rd line, get something going soon. And we've seen drivers be able to hook up, even on restarts, and make a lot of momentum. So, you know, if I'm Alex Healy, or if I'm Peyton Hubbard, you know, Peyton Hubbard's going to be down on the bottom. But if I'm Alex Healy, I'm messaging Jeremiah Hobbs and saying, hey, look, I'm going to back up to your front bumper on this restart. When we get back going, I'm going to just kind of lift just a little bit. And then I want you to hook up to my bumper. I want you to push till we see daylight, baby. And I'm going to go up to that 3rd line and try my best to get this win. Race at Talladega, just a little over an hour and a half here in the truck series as these pace laps. They really get long, give you a lot to think about. All right, Hayes' car is off. Here we go, attempt number 2 of the green-white checkered here at the Cofield. Man, so sorry. Messing that up. But the Cofield Supply and Service 70 here at Talladega. Green flag is out as they slow roll through the box. Who is going to make that first jump out to the outside? That's where the winning move is going to come from. Right now, Alex Healy, 3rd in line. In the middle line. Let somebody go out to the top. We're getting up to speed now. Big pushes down on the bottom. Get the big push from Peyton Hubbard out front. Peyton would love to be able to clear to find him some space to move up out of that bottom line. Here we go, 3rd lane, forming up. It is go time. If we take the white flag, that will be it. We will race to the line. Will we make it? Top line still not there. Gonna need some more drivers. He needs somebody to jump up there and make that 3rd line happen. Here we go. Everybody grab your butts. White flag is out here in Bluegrass. Who is going to come away with the victory? We're racing to the end here. Did you see there? They big cluster of cars back, trucks back there. But it is a breakaway of these 7 up here. Kenneth McCullough up front. John Mollahan. Who's going to step out? Who's got the run? Here's a wreck behind them. Oh, they're wrecking, but we stay here at the front. The 83, Chad Ross goes around. Here comes Wes Wiggin. We've seen him up front all race long. Right now, John Mollahan has the lead. Alex Healy looking to the outside. Who is going to come away with the win? Is anybody able to make a move? That top line, a little crazy. Here comes Kenneth to the outside. Get a bail on his teammate. They got a long way to go, though. Here comes Alex Healy going to look to make a move. Is the push from the 04 going to be enough down into the tri-oval? They're going to be side by side at the line. And who picked that camera angle? It was me. 3 wide for the finish, and officially it is John Mollahan who takes home the win in that 02 machine. Unofficially, really at the moment, as we wait on Iracing to make sure that that is correct, and it is. John Mollahan is your winner here tonight. What a great race with a great finish. As we'll try to get you a better camera angle. Just really flubbered on that camera angle. Sorry about that, guys. But we'll take a look at it here on the replay and watch that finish as they come down to the checkered flag. Big push. The 04 was given the 03 to try to get that win. And you see Peyton Hubbard trying to do something there, just not anything happening. Is right as they cross the line, you see the 02 with a nose out in front. It takes home the win here at Talladega. Well, an exciting final lap and a dominant performance by McCullough Motorsport. John Mollahan burning them down on the front stretch. He's resting in the grass to give his front stretch interview. But while we're waiting on that, let's go through the results here. John Mollahan, Kenneth McCullough, Peyton Hubbard, your top 3 with Christopher McCullough. David Sheets rounding out the top 5. 6 with Alex Healy, Jeremiah Hobbs in 7th. 8th, Dakota Shepard. 9th, Wes Wiggins. 10th is Eric Parks. In 11th, Ron Morris Jr. 12th, Cody Anderson. 13th, Drew Prohl. Travis Twitty with a great finish in 14th position. Casey Ryback in 15th. Barrett Morton in 16th. Daniel Cunningham in 17th. Daniel Worthington in 18th. Bobby Hall Jr. 19th. Dustin Reinstedel in 20th. 21st is Derek Puckett. Sean Kaiser in 22nd. Lucas Lyons in 23rd. Carlton Charles in 24th. Chad Ross in 25th. 26th is Michaela Steffes. And 27th, or Steffs. I'm not sure. It's Steffes, I think. 27th is Adrian Loya. 28th, Thomas Hall. 29th, Jeremy Vaughn. 30th, Brian Terry. 31st is Michael Robinson. David Brackett in 32nd. Michael Cole in 33rd. And Jim Kaufman finish in 34th. Well, I mean, just a wild, wild finish for a wild, wild race. And, boy, Talladega never disappoints. Tonight is really no different, as we're getting these guys in here. Going to get us some interviews and talk to them about this race, see what they thought about it. And all right, we got 3rd place, Peyton Hubbard in the blue booth. Peyton, how you doing tonight? Congratulations on your 3rd place finish.
Taking, man. It's been a minute since we've been up here. We've had a string of some pretty bad races, so I don't like plate races. They don't usually end well for me, but my plan tonight was just to try and run either right behind all the McCulloughs or like I did tonight. I was in the mix, and it was terrifying.
Well, it looked like there at the end you really wanted to go up into that middle line, but they blocked that off, and so you just had to keep pushing there at the end. But yeah, I mean, I was talking about it during the race how nice it would be to maybe get a win here to kind of break that bad luck streak. But I think getting an interview, I always say in races that are broadcasted, I say, hey, if I just get an interview, I know I did a good job. And so tonight, I mean, you got that interview, and I think that's a good start to this next round of the playoffs. I mean, you had, coming into this race, you were tied for first in the points just by virtue of just a great regular season. Really tough last few races. But how does this kind of get you out of that funk and get you ready for what is going to be an exciting next few weeks, especially next week at Bristol?
Yeah, we're going into some good tracks. I really like the Roval. So I know, I won that one last season. I want to try and do that again. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one. And Bristol being a short track, I'm really looking forward to the next two. I think we got a good chance to make it into the next, lock ourselves in.
Yeah, for sure. Well, man, a great job tonight. You were up front all race long, and to come away with a third place finish, congratulations, man. And as always, man, the floor is yours. Who you got to thank?
Yeah, man. Thank all the guys at NLR, SWM, all the guys at WJM. We kind of joined up with them for this last little bit of the season, so it was good working with all them. We're gonna keep doing that, and but yeah, like to thank all the buddies.
All right, well, there you have it. Third place finisher, Peyton Hubbard, going to come away after this race, likely with the points lead outright. So congratulations, Peyton, on a third place finish. Now, second place. Get him in here. Kenneth McCullough. We talked to him earlier. We talked to these last two drivers already, and they're just being greedy for screen time, I think, is, man, they did a great job. Kenneth, in the booth, you got a copy?
Hell yeah, let's go.
Man, come away with a 1-2 finish. You guys are up there controlling the race, and I do have a question for you, and I want some clarification. I saw a couple of you guys constantly. You had control of both lanes, and, as a team, that's very hard to do, but it's a great strategy. But I saw a couple times where one guy would go from the middle lane down to the bottom, back up to the middle lane, back to the bottom. Was that to keep the trucks cool?
Yeah, you got to keep the teammates cool. If you stay in any one of them lanes and the guy behind you gets hot, your line's going to die quick. So you've got to manipulate the front lanes for sure.
Well, there you go. Take note, guys, as, man, the Superspeedway Kings, I'm going to start to call them, as they come out and really put on a dominant show up front. It was impressive to see you guys work. It's like a well-oiled machine. And I know people got tired of me mentioning y'all's name, but hey, all I can say is get up front, be better, because it's just incredible watching you guys work at these plate tracks, head and shoulders above what I've seen from guys in a long time. So want to give y'all plenty of props, man. It's just awesome to see what a lot of people think is a crapshoot. You guys showing that, hey, there is a lot of skill involved, and when you work together as a team, you can make a big difference. But talk a little bit about y'all's strategy coming into the race. And then as things started to play out, caution started to fall at the end. What changed? What did y'all need to adjust and to ultimately get up there and get the win?
I know we did not want to see another caution there. We didn't have enough for another green-white checkered. We was all sweating bullets there. Our strategy was just to stay up front. A couple of the teammates thought about maybe dropping to the back there and trying to stay out of trouble that way. I just figured that staying out front was the best option. Try to control the lanes and keep the lanes moving as quick as possible. I know David got caught speeding there at one time, and, man, he did an awesome job coming back from 18th there, I think with 10 to go to get back up in there in the top 5. Color Motorsports, top 5, you can't ask for no better.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you'll likely, all of you, move to the next round, so that's a great team effort. But now, all the super speedways are gone, so I want to talk to you about the next few weeks. We got Bristol and Charlotte Roval in this next round. Talk to me about that round. How confident do y'all feel as a team going into those two races?
Pretty confident. Worried about Bristol a little bit because just there's nowhere to go if something happens in front of you. There's only so much you can control there. You can't control everybody around you. Road course ain't too bad because you got some grass you can go through to miss something if something happens in front of you. I'm not too bad on neither one of them. I'm average. I'm not super speedway good on neither one of them, but I think I can get myself into the next round, and hoping them teammates can too.
There you have it. Well, sounds like a lot of confidence, especially coming out of this Talladega Superspeedway race. It's a great job by y'all, and congratulations on that second place finish. And as always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsors, shout outs?
I got to thank them teammates, man. They did an awesome job tonight. Can't ask for 3 better guys for sure. Thank you for doing the broadcast, and thank Jason, Bluegrass, and all them guys for putting this thing on, and all the family out there that's tuning in and watching.
There you have it. Second place finisher, Kenneth McCullough, good Lord, as I was about to say the winner, but we got the winner coming into the booth now, John Mullahan, who was up front all night long, probably the best looking truck out there too. Congratulations, John, able to take the win here tonight. Just a total team effort. Same thing that we saw out of Daytona. But talk about that. Talk about at the end there. It seemed like you guys were willing to battle it out for teammates, and you were able to sneak away with the win there.
Yeah, we were fortunate. It really did work out for us there at the end. Obviously, with 4 out of the top 5 there, we'll take a night like that any night of the week. It looks like every one of us will advance to the next round of the playoffs, and that was the ultimate goal. So mission accomplished.
Well, but I'll ask you the same question that I asked Kenneth. You got the next round, which could be a little nerve-wracking depending on your skill level and how you feel about the certain tracks. Bristol, obviously a lot of fun, but can be pretty scary. And then you got the road course. Tell me about those next 2 tracks for you and your confidence level going into those two races.
Confidence is a little higher going into the Roval versus Bristol, but I'll be hitting practice first thing tomorrow as soon as I get an opportunity. I'll be out Bristol turning laps, getting ready for next Monday.
That's right. Well, winning here at Talladega is just one step, and you've got a couple more rounds to get to Homestead and battle for a championship. But man, tonight, like I said, I mean, I beat it to death that y'all are just the epitome of plate racing, just all the different strategies that you guys were employing to make sure you guys stayed up front and controlled that race, and you did that and came away with the win. So congratulations to you, but I mean, congratulations to the whole team who did such a fantastic job. And you get to punch your ticket to the next round. You don't even have to worry about the points anyway. So congratulations to you, and as always, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout-outs?
Oh, hell yeah, man. Let me thank all the guys over at Little DEI, a.k.a. McCullough Motorsports. I mean, that damn Kenny, he's basically Dale Earnhardt reincarnated here. All the guys over at Kanawha Valley Key and Fob, all the folks down at Will Jewelry and Loan, my 2 sons, Jackson and Carter, my old lady and Brittany, and all the viewers at home, and, of course, you or yourself there, Ed.
All right. There you have it. Winner here at Talladega, John Mollahan with a great finish there. A couple green-white checkers to get it done. And he gets the win here tonight. So, man, what a great race. I want to thank our sponsor here tonight, Cofield Supply and Service, for their sponsorship of all the Talladega races this week. So, tomorrow night in the Xfinity Series and also Wednesday in the Cup Series. I want to thank them. And I want to thank all of y'all viewers, man. Thanks for sticking it out. It's a little bit long one tonight, but well worth it as we had an exciting finish down to the end. Congratulations, John Mollahan, for taking home the win here tonight. Well, all right, guys, we're going to call it quits. We'll see the cutoff points in the Discord once it's official, and we'll see where everybody stacks up, who made it to the next round, who didn't, and we'll talk all about it next week at Bristol. All right, guys, Eddie Smith, VSRN. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're on Bluegrass TV, subscribe to them. Then run over to VSRN, V-Speed Racing Network on YouTube, and subscribe to them. Hit subscribe on both. It helps all of us get more viewership, get more eyeballs on these races. Good for your sponsors. Anything, sponsorship of the league, all that matters. Viewership is big, big, big. So want to make sure you get all that. All right, guys, y'all have a great night. We will see y'all. We won't be broadcasting the Xfinity Series. I think. I said that I was done with that after a couple weeks ago, but I think we will have a replay of it in the next coming days. So be on the lookout for that. And then Wednesday night, Bluegrass will be hitting the Cup Series at Talladega, which will be pretty crazy and a lot of fun. V-Speed Racing Network will be at the Winter Series, Fasten All Winter Series tomorrow night. Some short track racing at 5 Flags. Then Wednesday night, hit the track at Goat Locker for the Next Gen Goat Locker Series presented by Cruising Classics. So come on out, watch those. Maybe it's not your league. Maybe you want to find another league. Might be. You might find something a good fit for you. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. See you later.